little elevation sensation.
Sore. That's kind of the least of my concerns right now. My concern is always about this team winning and trying to figure out what we need to do to be better individually. Coach and staff is doing a great job on preparing us, and right now it's up to the players to determine what we want to do, who we want to be, and what we want to accomplish. And that's just really what it boils down to. And until we do that, we're going to kind of be in flux. Look good 2 games here, look bad, the next game, and we just can't. You can't accomplish the things you need to accomplish if you're going to be like that.
One thing, Jermaine, this team has not one of those teams that's been together for 2, 3, 4 years and making drives every year. This team has kind of been put together this year, many parts of it and so forth. Yet at the same time, you see the potential. Is it hard to maintain the balance and thinking, okay, you know what, we haven't been together for a long time, but let's try and get this thing going as soon as we can? Well,
excuses is for losing teams. You give yourself an out, you're gonna take that out every time. The toughest thing to do in professional sports is own up to your performance, own up to your approach to the game, own up to your you being a good teammate, whatever it may be. That's just the way it is. You can point out and say a lot of different things. We knew we didn't have a ton of playoff experience, even all the way to our veterans. So we coming into the season, but that didn't deter us of what we thought we could do this year. So our goal shouldn't change now. At the end of the day, the players are the ones that ultimately determine how this thing is played out. We couldn't be any better prepared as a team as far as the X's and O's from our coaching staff. Just about us willing to take a particular role on any given night. This league is so long, and I'm trying. It's something that we have to understand as a team that it's not going to be the way we want it to be every night. But you got to find a way to be effective. You got to find a way to impact the game. You got to find a way to win the game. We're a fast-paced scoring team, but it's going to be nice where last night where we can't make a shot. But if you give yourself a chance on the defensive end, then at 9 times out of 10, those shooters that are shooting those shots are going to make a big-time shot. We just can't rely on our offense to win games, and sometimes we kind of revert back to that, and that's the part. I think that's the part that's gotten us in a little bit of trouble.
Championship mentality last night. How does a team maybe develop that? Is it by guys saying that? Is it by individual guys?
It's really you just believing. I think in the history of the game, you just. You look at all the great teams. Those guys believe. They said something and they followed it up. You can't give yourself an excuse. I just admired just watching, the Seahawks and the things that they said, publicly, and the things that they did on the field, physically, and that's how you have to be. You can't just talk about what you want to do and what you're going to do. Respect is earned. And we have to go earn that. I know a lot of people feel good about last year making it to the second round. The city feels great about it. But in all actuality, the second round is the second round. It's not like, we have 4 rounds to win it all. So, if we're feeling good about what happened last year, then, we're shortchanging ourselves. We're shortchanging our ownership, organization, and the city. Just about winning. There's a lot of sacrifices to be made. And the true test is are people willing to sacrifice, whether it's shots, whether it's minutes, whatever it may be, to put ourselves in a better position. And that's that mentality. Mentality is I'm willing to do whatever it takes for us to win. I'm willing to sacrifice my health. I'm willing to sacrifice, my physical well-being, my mental well-being, just to win. You don't get many opportunities like this. You just don't. And. We started off the season talking about, making a run for the championship, but actually, I'll be a game and a half back from 9th right now.
How do you change that? Is there a switch you can flip to get that going? Or
that's the problem. It's like this league isn't about a switch. You got to create habits, and you got to roll with those. We got to, we're going to lose games. We got to lose games doing the things that we're taught to do. It ain't gonna be perfect every night. It just ain't, and we know that. Our season is, we're not like football or some other leagues. We play a lot of games in a short period of time. So, it just our mental thought process when we approach the gym. From the time we get out of bed to get dressed to come to the gym, to compete, to win, those are the things that we got to think about. How can I impact this game? How can I help my teammate be better? How can I help this team win? And those are the characteristics that you got to have to win. And I think for the most part, this team is great listeners, great guys, great character guys. Ask a lot of questions again, and just about learning. And I don't want us to be in a position come, late March, early April, and we're fighting for our playoff lives, because then you're backing into the playoffs, and you don't want to back into the playoffs because you just giving yourself basically another week of practice, because you just can't play good basketball back into the playoffs.